Hello and welcome to episode number 13 of the Chase and 8 podcast, where we will be talking about the best week of the season, baby. OU Texas week. I'm here. I'm your host, TJ Mullins. I'm here with Ryan Mullins, my co-host, Alex Polson. Hey, still trying to figure things out. We'll hopefully get him back next week, but he had a crazy situation. Hey, but we're here, baby, and it's OU Texas week. Let's go. Go.
Best weekend of the season for
Yeah,
sure.
man. I every year this comes around, there's always some craziness going on, man. And let's just jump right into it, and let's start with some information that we got yesterday. Actually, I think it was this morning because we've been hearing some reports that Burks, probably was not going to play, but they put the stamp on it. It is official. I think he is out, so we are going to be down five wide receivers again for the Cotton Bowl. And man, that hurts. I was hoping to have him back because he just adds so much dynamic to the offense, and he's an explosive piece. And that's what we're needing, man. We're needing an explosive piece to the offense.
Yeah, I agree. It hurts, but hey, we've played how many 2, 3 games now without him. Um, so it's not like we're not used to it. I mean, the guys on the field are going to have to get it done. I mean, the players that are playing, that's who we got.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but like you said, next man up mentality. It's how it's always been, and it's how it's going to be, man. So, and I guess that leads me to Jacoby Johnson. You heard BV talk about earlier this week in his presser, talking about they got some packages for him, and they're going to try to work him in and stuff. And I hope you can though, because he's a physical piece. He's a defensive player. He knows contact. He likes contact, and I think that could be very beneficial for the wide receiver room.
Yeah, if anything, I think we had talked earlier about it, the blocking piece, because he plays on special teams. He's a very, very good special teams player, and that includes blocking. So, if anything, I mean, the packages may just be him blocking on the edge, which would be 100 million times better than a Brendan Thompson out there or a Ragans. I mean, those guys are too small to be blocking these physical corners from Texas.
Yeah, and I think and like you mentioned, we talked about it a little bit earlier, and that's one thing that stood out going back and watching Texas was their corners, man. They're big, they're physical, they're gonna they like contact, and so the wide receivers are gonna have to be physical. They're gonna have to block well if we're gonna run the rock well, and that leads me to my next question for you because I'm interested to hear your opinion on it. You think we're going to be able to run the rock on Saturday? And if we are, do you think it's something different than what we've seen up to this point?
Ah, that's a tough. I think, and I said this, and the Tennessee fans got after me in the comments after that game because I thought we'd be able to run the ball then. Um, However, I'm going to say I think we'll be able to run the ball with Michael Hawkins as a advantage. So putting him back there, adding that additional piece is really going to it stresses defenses out. And I think having our O line, you know, being together, this is game 2. They had a bye week all together. They should all be, relatively healthy. Um, and then yeah, I mean, I think you'll see some 27. I think you'll see a little more 27. He looked good the two couple runs he got, and then I think you'll see 8 and 2. 2 will be in there. I think it'll be a committee, but at the end of the day, I do think we'll be able to run. Texas's defense, they're going to stack the box, and they're not gonna hide anything. They're going to show you what they're doing, and they're going to say, "Beat me." So, I mean, we're going to have to win the one-on-one matchups. That's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah, I totally agree with all that, man. And I think getting the line healthy it's the biggest thing for the run game. And like you said, dude, we're gonna have to have somebody step up, and that's what this game has been notorious for forever. There's always somebody, and it's usually a young guy that's just making, just starting his career that makes a splash. Last year, Peyton Bowen really played a great game last year against Texas. And I'm interested to see if Tatum, if he could be, that guy that really emerges for the Sooners, the young guy that's, setting the stage for years to come. And I think Aid will be he's going to be a big piece come Saturday.
Oh, 100%. Not only in the run game, but being able to throw him out in the flat, and him being that pass catching back. Even if you don't throw it to him, right? The linebacker has to go with him, so that clears up another running lane for a Michael Hawkins.
Yeah, and let's talk about him, man, because for me, what I think about the situation, the quarterback situation at the University of Oklahoma going into this ball game, dude, we are going to have above average play from Michael Hawkins Jr. to win this game on Saturday. I think with how things have shaped up, up to this point regarding our offense, Texas defense, they got a good squad back there, man. They got a lot of good players. They're talented, and Michael Hawkins got to play a good game, and I think what that means, man, is making good choices, just like he did. We're not asking him to do anything more than what he did against Auburn. He played a good game. He was smart. He was good with the football, and that's all we're asking, man. Just make good decisions.
Yeah, which, like you said, he did. And hey, I went back and rewatched that Auburn game today. And there was man, we put some good drives together to get to their side of the field, and then we would stall out. We would do what we always do, where go backwards, and then it would be 2nd and 11, and then
The
we do a
penalties.
run, and it's 3rd and 7 or whatever,
Mhm.
right? And then
Right.
we still weren't good at third down, converting that third down, but the offense ran a lot more smoother uh, with him running the helm, and like you said, he didn't. If it wasn't there, he just threw it away, and that is huge for a young guy to be able to have that poise to say, "Hey, we'll fight another day. It's not there this time. I'm not going to force anything and just eat it." Which Jackson Arnold did not do that this year. He was forcing stuff. He was making bad decisions. So, hey, that's a good thing right there that the kid's already at that level. And I expect him from what he showed at Auburn. I was at the game. That was a hostile crowd. It was loud in there. And Auburn's not the best team, but they're sound. I mean, an SEC team, got good athletes running across the field. So it wasn't an easy environment. I expect him to do quite the same come Saturday.
Hey, going on the road and winning the SEC, I don't care who it is. It's a good win in my book. The conference is top to bottom, just phenomenal. So I think if you go on the road and you don't turn the ball over, you play a sound game. He made plays when he had to. To me, that as a true freshman making your first career start, I mean, that's couldn't ask for more. And going into this game, that's all I'm asking him to do, man. You know, you just be smart with the football. If the play's there, make it. When I think when people say be smart with the football, I think there's like this negative connotation kind of thing where like you don't be aggressive, right? For me, that's not what I'm saying. If the play is there, dude, take it, right? Like if that deep ball is there, throw it. I'm not saying be passive with your decision making. I'm just saying, you know, read it for what it is. If it's there, take it, type thing.
Yeah,
So
I
I mean,
agree.
yeah, and so that's kind of my deal. And let's talk about the offensive line, man, because I mentioned a little earlier that you know in the run game, I think getting everybody back healthy was the biggest thing for us. And this is the five that we heard coming out of fall camp. This was going to be the five, banged up from the start. Now they're back, and I think they put good tape against Auburn, man.
The second half for sure. Uh, there was a pocket there. Man, there was a couple drives where, and that's a young player. He ran out of the pocket like before he had to, right? he was dancing around back there, and I think he got a little hot feet and escaped out when he could have stayed in there and waited on something because
The
that's how good the pocket was.
the play right in front of y'all, man, when he did the little uh, windmill thing,
Oh yeah, 2-point conversion.
diving in the end zone, on the inside of the pylon. Dude, go back and watch it. He's got time, and not only
Yeah,
does he have time, he's got Bauer Sharp running across the middle. As soon as he takes off, Bauer Sharp is starting to get open, and I
right.
think that's just a trust thing. As time goes on, he'll start getting the timing better and stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, yeah. The more he plays, that's a read thing, right? I think the
Right.
play is designed to go to Bauer, and he's looking maybe Brennan
He was is it
somewhere to
Roberts?
the left,
Yeah, it
huh?
was somebody left side.
Or maybe it was Roberts in the flat.
I think that's
Uh,
what it was. Yeah, I think it was Jake Roberts.
yeah, but hey, he'll see it. He'll and very very intelligent kid, and like we talked about today, has that Kyler Murray essence to him. Um, but back to the old line, yeah, I think Hickman, getting him more play. I think that ankle looked a lot better uh, the second half for sure, but still was hobbling a little bit. And then Jake Taylor, he was still, you could see he was still hurting, man.
Yeah, he was struggling, man.
Yeah, he was fighting it, but played a hell of a game. Give that kid credit. I mean, he's tough as hell.
No doubt. And I thought, listening to the Oklahoma breakdown, I thought Ted made a great point, man. It You just got to get through the first game. After the first game, and it's just a mental thing. You can do it. Then it becomes easier, type of deal. And I think with them, man, I just coming out the bye week, they should be as healthy as they've been all season. And I'm just excited for the product that comes on the field, dude.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I think, and that's an exciting thing. Mike, sure, is an excitement, probably the number one excitement, but the number two excitement is this O line, and can we put together a game where there are some holes? Maybe we do break out some runs. Doesn't have to be huge, but let's see a 10, 12-yard run every now and again. I
I
mean,
mean, it's no doubt.
right? Not
Yeah.
once a game. Let's put some runs together. Let's do some two back crisscross them, make that defense move, you know, be disciplined, and yeah, push them to the edge. I mean, make them move, make them think.
Yeah, I totally agree. And really one thing, and Alex, it was a great point that he made, and I totally agree with him on this. That since his dad has brought him up to be a professional, right, and to treat it like he's a professional, I just you saw it at Auburn, man, and like you can just tell that he obviously he hadn't been there before, but like he acted like he had been there before, type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
his presence wasn't one that's timid or anything like that. He looked like he was owning the moment, type of thing.
yeah. Which is funny you say that. He was sitting 10 seats to the left of us, him and his mom. And we actually me and Alex went to the bathroom after the ball game, ran into him, and we're chatting with him. Man, I mean, still wiping tears from his face. Just said what a hell of a game, and you can tell how proud he was. But he's just so humble. I mean, just a down to earth, just great guy, man.
Man, it's awesome to hear, dude. You can tell it. I mean, you can obviously tell how much that moment meant to him. Watching him, wipe the tears away after the game. That was just a special moment. And I can only
Man,
imagine if he goes down on Saturday, beats Texas, that how much that's just going to be amplified, dude.
right?
Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah. Well, I tell you what, everyone, if we pull this upset off, the whole narrative of Oklahoma will change,
oh,
as well as Michael Hawkins.
there is no doubt. Hey,
Right.
don't let's pump the brakes there. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right,
Right.
but let's go to the defense. Okay, I thought that was good on the offense. I think we hit every position. So let's go to
Well,
the what happened.
I said 13.
Oh, the tight ends. Hey, we got to
No.
get to the tight ends real quick.
Well, 10's going to have a big game. He's going to be huge.
That okay? Right. Yeah,
Right.
right.
10, and I told you that earlier.
Correct.
We
Yes.
going back and rewatching the Michigan game. Loveland, he was open quite a bit in the middle of the field. So 10's going to have to be a focal point. He's going to have to, and he's been doing. He's not a good blocker, but he gets open. I mean, can't say anything else. And then when he does get the ball, he's got a little speed to him. I mean, and he's a big body. He's
Yeah.
not going to go down easy. But 13 is my guy that I'm circling. Right, he caught a ball last game, spin moved 3 times, 3 different defenders coming at him, and fought for the first down. Then he goes and catches a 60-yard bomb in stride, and he has a problem with dropping. Hey, it was crispy, right in his fingers, no struggle, no nothing, brought it in. I expect that to give him confidence. I expect to see him come out as a different player Saturday. We need him bad. 6'4", I mean, big, 215,
Yeah.
run, he's
He
fast.
sure looks
I
the
mean,
part, man.
looks the part, man. Hey, and the only problem with him is I think he was a mental case. He had a couple drops. He wasn't playing. Guess what? It's your time, kid. Step up.
Yeah. And it's so crazy with confidence, man, how it's so hard to game, but it only takes one. It takes
One.
one drop for it to be gone completely.
Right.
So,
One catch, though, too.
and one catch,
Back.
exactly. And that's what, we talked about it earlier. For the offense, it's all about gaining momentum, and I think we got it that second half at Auburn. And so let's just ride the wave, man. Keep the momentum going, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see the product. I really am. Come Saturday. But just to point out, we talked about it earlier. My guy is Tatum. I think that he's going to be. He's an X factor. He's an X factor in this game. Coming off an injury, and I think he's going to be fired up. I think he's going to be juiced, man. So I hope so. I really do.
I think he
But,
will, too.
all right, let's get to this defense, man.
Okay.
Hey, the boys got to come ready to play. That's all I got to say, dude. Because I know Sark's going to have some stuff dialed, and I'm this matchup is something that I've been waiting for all season. It's so much fun. 2 of the best at what they do, going at it. It's gonna be just so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it will be, but I fully expect us to be on our P's and Q's.
Yeah,
I expect this. Yeah, I think Tennessee was a good. I'm not going to call them a warm up, but like a good similarity
like
offense,
good test. Yeah,
similar offense.
yeah,
Actually, I think Tennessee's a little more explosive. I know they have 7 Bond who
yep,
can get loose on you, and then they even got that Moore kid
yep.
that he doesn't seem fast on tape or on paper maybe, but somehow he gets by people. And I think, but they're not. I don't think they're going to have too many explosive plays. I don't think we're going to allow that. I think what we're going to do, and this is what Texas wants to do, they're going to swing pass, they're going to dink, dunk, hope they can run, and then when they get you biting, then they may try to go deep. But we cannot let them, and I don't think we will. That's why I think our defense will play really, really well. We can't let the bubble screens go for 10, 12 yards. We can't let them just throw it out there on a little screen, wide receiver screen, and go for big gains. We're going to have to shut that down, shut the running down, and then make Ewers make mid-range, deep-range throws because he will put it in jeopardy if we can get him in that situations.
Totally agree. And another thing that they will do, if you give them separation off the line of scrimmage, like corners, if they're 10 yards off, they will eat that up all day long. They will eat that up all day long. So the corners. Hey, let's start with the secondary work in this time because we're already there. So let's talk about it. The corner's gonna have to play physical. I mean, they're gonna have to get up. They're gonna have to get up there, and they're just gonna have to run with them, man. And I have problems with Kenai Walker in those situations because if he's on an island, he's prone to make mistakes. We've seen that. We saw that in Auburn. That's why I think we'll see Eli Ball. I think he's a better cover guy than Kenai. He's not as big, but I think you're willing to sacrifice some height and weight for a guy that can for speed type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, yeah. I mean, I agree, but you'll see 26 out there now.
Yeah, I agree. You will.
Let's
You
hope
will.
we don't put him on an island.
Yeah.
I
I
think
what
that's
I
the
meant by
only
that. What I meant was I think Eli Bowen will play more than what he's
right.
been playing.
Well, I think so for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
He got quite a bit of play against Auburn, and those
You
were
think he
big,
starts?
big boys. I don't think he starts, but I think it's not long before he's in.
Yeah.
Those wide receiver Auburn may have one of the best wide receiver cores in the nation. I mean, they're all huge.
Well, that
I
true
mean,
freshman is
Coleman,
unbelievable. Yeah,
he's a
Coleman.
super. And then Lambert Smith is a dog too.
Yeah.
I mean, they're both about 6'3", 6'4", fast.
Yeah.
So, uh, no, I think, which I think that's the only. I know we talked about Woody
Yeah.
being a little susceptible. I think he is. I think he's slow.
Yeah.
I
He
just don't
showed
think he.
I will say though, just to that point, BV, I think he had mentioned that he's been banged up a little bit. That he's been battling some sort of injury, and so that might play a role into it. I'm not sure, so I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I've seen Woody Washington for 5 years.
Yeah,
I've
that's
seen him. I've
I
seen him
know.
100% healthy. He's
Yeah,
slow.
yeah,
He's slower. He's a good player. I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's consistent, but he's just slow and he gets beat sometimes. I mean that's just who he is. So, but he's going to play too. We just need those guys to, and we also need a defensive coordinator to put them in good positions. Don't put them one on one with Isaiah Bond. That is not going to go well
that is not
without
yeah.
safety over the help.
Correct. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
over the top help. But I think you'll see a lot of Dez. And I know Dez got beat a couple times at Auburn, but he was there. He was in position. He just didn't make a play on the ball both those times. So I fully expect him to play well. And then, yeah, I mean, Eli Bowen, I mean, I think you see a lot of him too.
I mean, listen, I like this. I do. I think he's out of our corners. I think he's up near the top. I think he's a good player. I mean, Billy Bowman is gonna have to. He's gonna have to step up big time, dude. And he just last year he had all the pick sixes. He had a bunch of picks. We're gonna need one Saturday, and I'm not necessarily from Billy, but it'd be awesome because he's a Texas kid. But we're gonna need some. We're gonna need some turnovers, man. And I don't know where that comes from, the secondary, or that comes from somebody else. But the safeties are gonna have to play great football on Saturday.
Yeah, they are. Very sound, discipline, which I don't know if you saw, but RSJ is the best rated safety in the nation
All that.
still through week 5. So
Yeah.
um, I think they will. I mean, Billy is a very. I'm starting. Billy's growing on me. I wasn't a big fan, you know that.
Yeah.
But rewatching the games, he's where he needs to be. Sometimes he does get caught trying to rob like the middle of the field instead of staying back where he needs to be, and that's where he gets beat. But in the run game, him and RSJ are very, very sound. Don't miss a whole lot of tackles. So I expect our safeties to play well.
Yeah, when they pull that trigger, they come downhill very fast, and
Yeah,
it's impressive to see, honestly, because we didn't have that for a long time. So now that we do, it's awesome to watch. So
yeah.
the solo secondary gonna have to play great. There's no doubt. They're wide receivers. They got good players. They're gonna have speed. They're gonna have size. Just gotta play good, like you said, disciplined football, man. That's all it takes.
Which
So
they can. I mean, they
yeah,
got it.
there's no doubt. There's no doubt
Yeah,
about it. And so let's get to the linebackers. And this is one where I just I think Danny. I think he's been battling some stuff too. He came out with the cowboy collar on Saturday against Auburn, which I'm not sure where that came from. Like I don't. Nobody ever said anything, but I'm wondering if he's been battling some injuries and stuff because I've been he's not missing the tackles. Like, I'm not saying that, but he has not been tackling as good as he did last year, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, there's been a couple times where he's like, and a lot of the times, he doesn't have his feet under him, like he's lunging. So I don't know if that's like, is he guessing or is he just
Yeah,
overran the play and then he's trying to lunge back? Um, yeah,
I
but I
know.
agree.
Yeah.
Uh,
No, I was just gonna say I've noticed that too. So it's just been a weird deal.
I mean, he's still a factor in every game. I mean, even rewatching Auburn, I mean, they pinpoint him. They try to, and what it's hard for defenses. What we do with Stutzman because he plays Mike and he plays Will, so they have to key in,
Yep.
and you can almost try to see him keying in on where 28 is, like
Yeah.
pre-snap,
Oh yeah.
to be able to find him. So he's definitely a game changer. You would like to see his tackling improve. Um, but I expect him to, hey, big game. Expect him to put it all on the line. I expect him to show up in these big moments.
Yeah. He's been great. I just what I've noticed is, like I said, he came out in the cowboy collar, and it was kind of a weird deal. But he has been great. I mean, I'm not downplaying that at all. I was just, hadn't heard anything. So hopefully the bye week, if he was dealing with something, hopefully that helped out a bunch. Because I think he's gonna have to be great on Saturday. He's gonna have to be who he is, man. That's just do you. That's all 28 has to do. Because on every play, he's where he's supposed to be, and now it's just, like I said, just do you, man. And I think Kip coming with the pick six, the Kip six is what everybody's saying. I hope that is a momentum builder times 10, dude.
Yeah.
And I hope he just starts stacking those games on top of each other, dude.
Well, that's kind of like the J.J. Hester deal, right? I
Right.
mean, when
Yep.
you have
Exactly.
one play like that can really change a season for you, and how you go about the game and how much you're flying around out there. So, hey, and he was already flying. I mean, that kid, he's like got a motor that just, I mean, I've
It's
never seen
impressive.
anybody fly around like that. Just
Very
every
impressive.
play, he's running past people to get to the ball.
Yeah.
Our own guys. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
if we had a bunch of Kip Lewises running out there, we'd be a damn good football team.
Yeah. Which I those the two backers have been even I let's group Kobe in here as well.
No, yeah, he's
I
been
think they've
great.
been fantastic all
Yeah.
season, and I think they're going to show up big time on Saturday. I have no doubts whatsoever in that
I wish
regard.
Kobe McKenzie had some hands on him. I mean, let's practice catching the ball, big fella.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean,
hit
they
you
hit
right
him
in
right in
the,
the chest, man.
yeah, I think there's two that hit him right in his mitts. I mean,
But yeah, definitely. But when it comes to play on the field, those guys have been sound all season, and I expect them to do that too on Saturday. I got no doubts there. Now
yeah,
here's let's get to the D line, man, because this is where, to me, this is where every game, especially in the SEC, is won. Right
yeah.
in the trenches, at the line of scrimmage. Let me hear it. Who do you think, out of the rotation that we've seen up to this point, who do you think is going to show up on Saturday in a big way?
It's got to be our Mason. I mean,
Yeah,
it has to be. It has to be. Everyone else continue to do what they've been doing. They've been phenomenal. Uh, that interior has been really, really, really good. They got pushed around a little bit against Auburn, but probably tired. And Auburn was huge. I mean, that O line was huge.
yeah.
So I watched Texas versus against Michigan again today, um, and they're good. They're solid. They're solid, but I do think those tackles are susceptible sometimes, especially with a quick movement like our Mason has. I think he can definitely beat those guys if he gets a good jump on the ball.
Oh, don't do this.
I may have lost you again. Uh, but yeah, I think our Mason, and then I mean
Oh
Ethan
my
Downs.
gosh.
I don't know if you remember last year. he did that thing where he shows up and has a phenomenal game, and then I mean, and then he doesn't disappear. He's just not making like uh, plays. So welcome back.
Dude, I don't know what's going on out there, but what were you
Yeah,
saying? What were you like? Where
I
we
was.
got?
Well, R. Mason, of course, and I
Yeah.
said I rewatched Texas versus Michigan, and I think those tackles they're solid line, but I think those tackles at time are successful to that quick move if he gets a good jump off the ball. I think he can beat him. I think he can if Ewers drops back and has to pass the ball. I think 32 can get to him. And then I was bringing up Ethan Downs, where you remember last year
Oh yeah.
had a phenomenal game, and then he doesn't disappear, but he just doesn't make as many plays or something. I don't know.
I don't either. It's like the craziest deal because when you go back and watch it, you can like he's always on the field, like,
Yeah,
but he don't really do much. Now, last year in this game in particular, dude, he was all over the place. I mean,
yeah,
the guy
he was
was
in the backfield nonstop.
man child, man, and he was. And I hope it's the same thing this year, you know. And I hope those both of them, R. Mason Thomas and Ethan Downs, can really start making some noise and get after Quinn Ewers because that's what he's been. He's prone. You get after him, you get him under some pressure, and you start making him think a little bit. He's prone to make some mistakes, and we're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
have some on Saturday.
absolutely. I also think Ford. He's been
Yes,
playing really, really well.
yes, dude.
So I'm looking for him to because he's got quick moves too. He can get to the quarterback now. He's played a lot of ball, so we'll see. I expect him to be out there as well.
Man, I've really enjoyed all of the ends that we've ran out there. Even PJ, I was down on him, but I've seen the progress.
Yeah,
He came in against Auburn, and he put together a couple good drives, dude. And
right.
like you said, Ford as well. I've been really impressed with that dude. I think last year, coming off the injury, I think he was just I think he was hesitant, you know. And when you hurt your knees so many times, man, it messes you up here more
Yeah,
than physically. And I think he looked a little hesitant, dude. But now it's just he's full send, and he's put together like the one against Tennessee was very impressive.
yes.
So man, yeah, I think one of those guys is going to come up huge for us on Saturday, and gonna have it.
100%. We are gonna have to, and we need the guys in the middle as well. So,
Yeah, and like you
I mean,
said, they've been great. Just
yeah,
do what they do what they've been doing.
continue,
Yep,
continue what you've been doing, and we'll be great.
yep. Oh yeah, I really do feel like this matchup. It's an exciting one to watch because during this game, dude, there's been countless times throughout the years where there's so much stuff that happens that's just so unexpected, dude. And every year it's just a great game. Like no matter who's ranked what, I throw those out. Honestly, I don't care who's ranked above who. It don't matter, dude. There's been several times where even when we were going to playoff, we lost to Texas,
Oh
and
yeah,
and it's like there's so much stuff that could happen. It's such a fun game, dude. When you get in those atmospheres that those rivalry games, they're just exciting to watch, man.
yeah. And this one, I mean, like you said, anything can happen.
Anything.
I mean,
Yeah.
now we have to play our best to win, but they have to play, not maybe not their best, but damn good.
Yo, yeah.
And it's easy to dip in a game like this, and it's easy to play better, So that's the thing is, it's a lot of pressure for these kids to run out there in front of all these crowd, and just a huge game. So yeah, it's always fun to see the outcome.
Hey, let me also point out they got Georgia next week as well.
Yeah,
So,
you think they're bypassing us?
hey, I'm not saying it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, it'd be very easy to,
Yeah,
just see, this is gonna be a cakewalk. I hope they're thinking that. That's all I'm saying. Hey, let's get to it. What do you think? Give me your score. Give me your outcome. What you think gonna happen on Saturday?
well, I think BV puts together a great, and company and coaches puts together a great game plan. I think we are able to run the ball. We're able to drive down the field, control the time, control the tempo, put some pressure on Ewers, where he has to, make some plays. He ends up turning the ball over a couple times, and I think we ended up winning this game.
Oh, dude, let's go.
I think it's going to be like 27-24 type of deal. And I also think maybe there's a special teams touchdown in here. A Peyton Bowen punt return I've been waiting on or something.
Man, that's so. Listen, I'm gonna agree. I do. I think we get it done on Saturday, and here's why. Like you said, I think special teams it's such a big part of what we've been able to do up to this point. And I think on Saturday, dude, there's gonna be something happen on special teams, and I just think we're gonna be better. I'm not saying that are we gonna be better all year, nothing like that. I'm just saying in that moment in this game, I think we're gonna be better on special teams, and I think that's gonna be the difference maker. I've got us winning. Let's see. Because honestly, 27-24 is like a perfect score. You know, like I really do think it's a good score to have, but I'm actually going to go a little higher. I'm going to go a little higher because I think we score. I think I'll say we score 24 points on offense, and I think we score a touchdown on one way or another. I'm going to go 31-24. Oh, you victory, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. So that's our predictions. That's our breakdown. We'll probably get absolutely flamed in the comments by these Texas fans, but I can't wait. I hope so.
Or I'll be flaming them.
Exactly. That's right, baby. That's right. But you want to break down a couple games? Let's just do two. Let's do two games that are happening on Saturday. I mean, just pick one, man. There's about
There's a lot of
6 of them. So
yeah.
What do you want to hit?
I mean, definitely Oregon,
Ohio State. Yeah, I think that's one we have to talk about because that's going to be just. I'm conflicted on it because I don't know. I can't get myself to think that it's going to be a blowout necessarily, but I do not think Oregon is going to be in this game for very long. Honestly,
Yeah.
Like you feel me on that?
It's hard to think because they've struggled, especially like starting out.
Yeah.
Like the first half.
Yes.
They seem to start slow, and I don't think they can do that in this type of game. But Ohio State's it's only a 3-point spread.
I know.
So Vegas thinks it's going to be a good game. At the end of the day, and you know how I feel, I just don't trust Gabriel.
Yeah, I know. I knew you were going to say that too. Because my next question is going to be, like how I was going to ask you to give me the stat line for DG. Does he break 300? You think he breaks 300?
No.
Okay.
No, I do not. That Ohio State defense is dirty
Oh,
good.
man. Very good. They're very good.
But they have a lot of skill players.
Yeah.
Hey, prove me wrong, DG.
That's hey. I hope that he actually plays good. I do. I hope he plays good. I just don't think that they're like matchup wise. I do not think this is a good matchup for Oregon. And I think Oregon I think Ohio State wins by probably 10 if I had to imagine. 10
I was going to look like
10 to 13 or so.
I mean, over and unders 54 and a half.
I think I'm taking the over.
I'll be taking the under. And here's why.
Okay.
Because there's a guy on the other side, Will Howard, who he's played well so far, but
yes.
I mean, we watched these guys Will Howard for what, 2-3 years?
2-3 years.
Played against him. I mean, he is not.
Dude, let me tell you something though. I think he might have the best wide receiver I've ever seen in my entire life.
A freshman?
Jeremiah Smith. as a true freshman, dude, I don't think I've seen anybody better.
I mean, Ryan Williams is damn good.
That 100%. Ryan, he's a little bit. He's kind of like the. I don't know. He's the more stereotypical Alabama wide receiver that's like super fast and like skinny. Dude, Jeremiah Smith he's a hoss, bro, and he's. I mean, I was watching him on Saturday. He goes up one hands. He's got another. He's got one hand on the ball, another on the defender, dude. Just easy cash money. And I was like, whoa, that's that's impressive.
That's freaking JJ Hester this fucking Saturday, baby.
Hey, fingers crossed, baby. Fingers crossed. All right. Next game, and then we'll wrap it up. Last game. We'll wrap it up after this. Which one you want to talk about next?
I mean, it don't matter. You want to go? Let's go. Ole Miss LSU.
Okay. I think that's an interesting game, and that's one that I'm excited to watch because I'm not sold on LSU up to this point, and really Ole Miss either. I mean, they put on a. I was wondering how they were. I've mentioned this on the last pod. I was wondering how they were going to bounce back after the loss to Kentucky at home, and they went to Columbia and absolutely dominated South Carolina. So I'm not really sure on them. I mean, I'm very excited to watch this game and kind of just see how it pans out. How do you feel like it's gonna go?
Yeah, I'm gonna lean towards the Tigers. I just don't.
Is it in Death Valley?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. It's
yeah.
hard not to go LSU at home. I just, you know,
I don't know about their defense yet. I know they played well against South Carolina, but I'm very skeptical of their D. So, and I know LSU's defense ain't very good either,
right.
which is rare for them. But I feel like they figure a way out at home.
I like that. I like that. I think so too. I think Jackson Dart's going to probably throw a couple interceptions if I had to imagine and turn the ball over. And I think it's going to be too much. And yeah, I got the Tigers as well at home. So what time's that game at? Does it say
6:30, I think.
6:30? Okay, nice.
Ole Miss is 3.5.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and another one.
Hey, take that. That's my lock.
You're going LSU to cover?
Yeah.
I may go watch this.
Oh boy.
This is a hot take.
Oh gosh.
I got USC over Penn State.
Oh dude, come on, man.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen,
always
say
does
your regards to Ryan because this will be his last pod, man.
He always does it, and I'm not a true believer in Penn State. I mean, they haven't really played. I mean, Illinois. You know what I mean?
It's in LA, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the best team they played is Illinois. Now, they were ranked 19th at the time. I have no idea why.
Are they
Illinois.
not still ranked? Did they lose?
They lost to Penn State. I mean, they're
But
still ranked.
are they still
Yeah.
ranked?
They're still ranked 23rd.
Okay.
And it's because they beat 22 Nebraska at home. Well, that was a hell of a win, wasn't it? I mean, good Lord.
Yeah. I
Hey,
watched that one.
I'm not.
Hey, let me tell you.
You had Nebraska in that game.
Hey, let me tell you something. That was the funniest game I've ever witnessed, dude. If you want a good laugh, go watch the end of this game. It was double overtime, or maybe even just regular overtime. It was regular overtime or double overtime. Nebraska goes like 30 yards backwards in overtime, dude. I was dying. I was laughing my ass off, man. It was the funniest thing ever. But yeah, I can't get on board with that. I'm sorry. I will have the Nittany Lions over the Trojans on Saturday.
Probably smart. But if you want to make some money,
correct.
Bet on the underdog.
Exactly. That's correct. All right. That'll do it for episode number 13, man. Hey, go beat Texas and then just take it one week at a time after that. And then we'll see where the cards fall, man.
Absolutely. Hey, just go play good, baby. Go play good.
That's it. Go play good. Go put on a good display and Make
We'll
Sooner
see what
Nation
happens.
proud, baby. But hey, just want to give a shout out real quick to everybody that's been with us on the journey. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever. We'd love to hear from you. If you agree, disagree, whatever, leave a comment. We'll get back to you. Hey, man, I appreciate you. You know how we always end it. Boomer.
Sooner.